Who would like to do a recap for a point of inspiration?
I have it written down now, so I'll do it.
Go for it.
Last time on the Meddlers of Mischief, the party bid farewell to Aiden, who began his long journey to return Damascus to his home and final resting place. As he disappeared into the underbrush, the remaining members returned to the task at hand, for while they had already lost one friend, another's remained in jeopardy. Despite their best attempts to stay optimistic, the imposing thickness of the forest and their diminished number found the party aimlessly wandering as despair slowly began to strangle their resolve. With their motivation dwindling and direction all but shot, the party set about making camp for the night. Caradwin calculating the odds of mere survival, Nick scrounging for edibles, and not even a song could cross Galliford's lips that night. However, no sooner had she gone off did Nix run into another roaming in the forest. This individual was Stig Sitzin, a member of the Monster Hunter Guild and the last of the failed Hermon expedition, tasked with overseeing the outposts while awaiting supply. He was dismayed, however, to learn from the party that no such shipment was coming, and that he had seemingly been abandoned by the guild to remain at his post indefinitely. With no reason to remain, Stig agreed to aid the party in exchange for a ticket back to the Empire. Though Nix and Galliford quickly took to Stig, Caradwin remained largely obtuse about his presence. Nevertheless, the four set their sights on the unforgiving swampland and bog's lair that dwells within. Is Stig the ray of hope the party has been in desperate need of, or is his timely appearance more Hermon darkness rearing its head? We shall see tonight.
All right, nice. Give yourself a point of inspiration.
I already have one. Do I get some bonus XP?
You will get bonus XP, yes.
Sweet. I'm going to start power XPing microtransactions.
All right. So, you guys were trying to discern how to cross the river into the swamp. You Stig remembers that the shallowest end or the easiest point would be right here because the encroaching trees from the swamp are starting to cross the river. What do you do?
I believe last time we were resting to prepare to head down in that direction. But if it is morning now, then I think we should pack up and get going following Stig, since he was guiding us.
All right. And have you guys been marking off rations?
I
How many
have
days have we
not.
been? How many days since?
I
I
forget.
think I think we haven't really had to worry about rations because Damascus used to go hunting.
That's what I was going to ask. How many days since he died now?
It's been
2 days.
2 days.
Okay, then because I know I marked rations up to that point. Wherever I put them on my bag.
Jared's rummaging through the bag of holding. Where did I put those rations?
Oh, that's right. I only have the ones that are in the bag of holding left. Okay, so
I'll pull them out for us.
I'm down to one.
Dig has 3.
Gallenford has 3.
And I think in the bag of holding, we took 5 extra rations from. Yeah, so we have 5 extra rations and an extra water skin, as well as 2 healing potions in the bag of holding from Damascus.
Good old Damascus, even saving us even posthumously.
Stig, you should now be able to see a mastiff for now until I make a
Yes.
character sheet for your mastiff.
Good old whiskey. So I will lead the party down.
All right. Following the river, you make your way down. No need for a survival check because you're kind of following a path. Um, half a day gets you here since you're walking along the bank and everything like that. Is there anything you wish to do while traveling?
Well, now realizing that we're gonna be low on rations, I'll just keep an eye out for any small critters that could be hunted and cooked, or any berries or anything. Though, as I'm looking, I'm gonna kind of just occasionally call out to Stig while he's guiding us. So, what were you eating out here? Are the berries good to eat if we pick them? If we find any?
I assume I know some of the good berries.
You
Not good berries.
You had a small herb garden. I mean, you being out here and whatnot, you learned how to survive. And there are some wild animals in here, so you've been kind of surviving. So there are some plants, and you could definitely get some small game here.
I'll say, don't worry. Whiskey knows what's good and what's not.
And you look over, and Whiskey's licking himself.
Like I said, whiskey knows what's good and what's not. Whiskey, stop that!
So, I guess I'll have Whiskey sniff anything that I find just to make sure it's good and edible.
Um, Give me a survival check if you're looking for berries.
Could I assist him?
Whiskey can assist him, yes. Since he said since he's using whiskey.
Okay, so should I try that again with advantage or just roll a second one?
Go with advantage. Okay.
Ooh, good dog.
Um, along
If
the along the bank, I mean, you wouldn't really find anything along the riverbank itself, but you do find a big blackberry bush, like it's one of those very large bushes.
I also like to think that we come across a carcass and whiskey moves on. And we're like, whiskey's like, Stig says, pass on that because it's already rotten. Yeah, whiskey knows where the good stuff is.
And this bush is just full of blackberries.
I will pick as many as I can.
Roll a d10. With everybody's help, giving and realizing the danger, you guys pick about 9 pounds of blackberries.
God damn.
I'll add that to the bag of holding. That way we can track it.
Stig will pop a few in his mouth and they're a nice treat, but I gotta say, they're not that filling. Could do with some meat.
You eventually do come up to where Stig was talking about, and you see the swamp halfway kind of encroaching into the river.
Is the water shallower here?
Um, you can give me a survival check to see how shallow it is.
18.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at it, but I was waiting. Um, you could definitely tell you can wade with the roots of the swamp of the trees from the swamp going across. You think you can wade through? It'll go up to your waist.
Is it possible to stay out of the water and on the branches? Are they thick enough?
You will have to wade to the branches. The trees are halfway crossing the river.
Okay. I would tell Nyx to probably get on either my back or Stig. Oh, she's not swimming. Oh wait, Beauregard could help.
Yeah, we have Bonagard now.
So I would say the girl should ride Beauregard across.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm sure you don't want to get any part of yourself wet, Caradwin.
I don't want to be in the water. I have no problem with water in certain circumstances, but this is not one of them.
How far is the other side?
Uh, to the trees, it would be about 150 feet.
Still a really long ways.
And you can see that the swamp looks like this basically. And you can see that the clear water of the river from your side is clear blue, but as you get closer to the swamp, it's this murky green.
I will tell the rest of the party. Well, if you don't have any better ideas, it's waiting.
I, I don't. I can't think of any other idea. Caradwin, you and Nyx ride Beauregard, and Stig and I will be waiting beside you.
That sounds good to me.
All right. So you guys prepare yourselves. Nyx gets on top of Beauregard behind Caradwin. Whiskey has no problem swimming. Stig and Galliford, and you all begin to cross the river.
I am going to have my sword out.
Okay.
As will I.
And I'll probably have a hand gripped around one of Beauregard's ribs, kind of to help me keep my balance.
Okay. You grab onto the now you grab onto some flesh, some sinew that has now somehow appeared the couple nights ago from on this bone horse after it rose from the ground.
Right. We need to change his name. He needs a new name now.
While you're doing that, I'll be like, that is a good idea. And I'm going to take one of the ropes we have, tie it around my waist, and then tie that around Beauregard. That way, if anything does happen, I'll still be linked to the group.
All right. So there is a current here. So I will need athletics checks from Stig, Galliford, Beauregard, and Whiskey.
Is there any way that on top of Beauregard I could give him the help action?
No.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
Whiskey's fine.
Yeah, whiskey's swimming fine. Gallonford, you're being kind of pulled along the current. You're wait. You guys are going across, but you notice that
I think that we would have been fine, except Beauregard's getting pulled, and so it's just pulling all of us down. That's why Whiskey's doing fine, is because he's not tethered to the rest of the party. Hello?
yeah. So you guys see that you guys are being some of you are being pulled downstream. You give me another. Give me. But you're making progress. Give me athletics checks again.
Yeah, it's
There we
perfectly.
go. Gross.
Up here comes Whiskey.
All right. So waiting across and everything like that. You are all getting closer. You're now in the bog water, so to speak. The water goes from blue to green, and there's that swampy, nasty smell that, if you guys don't know, it smells like sewage, essentially.
Fresh.
Uh, give me one more check to get to the tree trunks.
No.
Oh, I got a 9.
Gallonford, you go under. You somehow plop. You slip on a rock or.
He found a hole.
Yeah, you go completely under. Caraduen, I mean not Caraduen. A Bone Regard is now being again pulled, but Stig's holding firm. But you guys have made it to the tree trunks. Gallonford, you pop up and you're just covered in swamp water and that nasty ass green moss. It's not pretty.
Oh, this is unpleasant.
You guys make shallow ground, and as you're walking, you feel that the mud underneath you is much more softer, and so like you're being it's sucking you in as you're walking and whatnot. But you're able to get up out of the water for the time being.
Could I cut a branch off for a walking stick?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll use that and try and use that to help me keep my balance.
But you are all now officially in the swamp.
Oh man. Oh, I wish I had that cleaning spell. I probably look like some weird swamp fae right now.
Sorry, are we on the other side? Can I open my A's now? Are we over?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, thank God. I was real nervous there. Especially thought I heard somebody like splash in the water real loudly. I really hope nobody fell under, but it looks like we're all here. So that's a good thing.
You do look over, and Gallonford is soaked.
I'm going to ignore the fact that potentially he might have fallen into the water and died, and just be glad that we all made it.
To
So-
at least make this stylish, I'll like snap my finger and the cloak will now look a little bit more of a like the various rubbish leaves and stuff and the color of the swamp to help me blend in.
Turned it into a ghillie suit.
Okay.
So, Any idea where we should start looking?
No, you are our best lead. Um, well, what about that? There was like a large tree I think we saw from a distance once.
Nix mentioned it.
Yeah, there was this very large dead tree. It seemed to be, I don't know, deep within. Do you know it, Stig?
Have I seen it before? I know I haven't been to the swamp.
Um, Climbing trees and and everything like that. You would know of it, yes.
Yeah, I think I know the one you're talking about. I will start heading in the direction I believe it is.
Okay.
Kind of prodding the soil to make sure it's stable for the bone regard.
Okay. Give me a survival check. Okay. You're prodding away. You're making sure you find good ground for you guys to trailblaze through.
And don't worry, Whiskey's leaving a trail for us to follow if we need to get back.
I look to see what Whiskey's doing.
He's
That's green.
he's peeing on a tree.
So while Stig is guiding us, I'll just keep an eye out on our surroundings just to see if I notice any movements or just spot a random hut out here.
What are you looking for?
I'm just watching for any movement or if I spot a random hut out here since I'm assuming Bog lives in some type of house out this way. But I
Um,
also don't want us to be surprised by anything coming at us.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have Morgan, kind of fly around the trees, branch to branch, kind of around where we're at, to keep an eye on us from above.
okay. Have Morgan give me perception check with disadvantage because this is much more dense than the pine woods.
All right.
And Gallenford, give me a perception check. Morgan is definitely having trouble keeping an eye on you guys just because of the thick foliage of these trees. And Gallenford, you're not seeing anything at all other than dense swamp.
It's because all this gunk is in my hair. Ugh, I might have to cut it when we get back.
You eventually make is you could definitely tell though is getting dark out.
Well, we should find some form of solid or solider land so I can make the hut.
It's all the land has been like very muddy, very mucky, not dry dirt that has been over on the other side of the forest, and it's in like patches of like islands type deal. Because the
It's probably
swamp
gonna
is
be.
very has a lot does have a lot of water running through it.
Great.
It's probably gonna be very unpleasant, but maybe we find a spot that may be soft, so someone may want to stay awake and just watch to make sure something doesn't reach up out of the ground. And after you make it, we can pull some of this weird foliage and just drape it over the dome to try and blend in.
Yeah, I think I can change the color on the outside to make it a little more greenish and swampy.
Then it'll just look like a weird mound and not some weird spear out in the middle of a swamp.
Yeah, I'm sure the swamp has a lot of weird mounds, so we should fit right in. So I'll start ritually casting Tiny Hut.
Okay. What is
I
it?
will.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I will wait since we have to be inside it when it's cast. But once it's cast, I'll then walk out of it and grab some leaves and foliage to just toss onto it to help it blend in.
Okay.
I'll assist him.
All right. Nyx is going to climb a gnarly looking tree. Try to get some height to see what she can see. Kevin, are you just kind of chilling in the dome, waiting for your companions?
Yeah, if I leave, I'll have to recast it, so I'll stay here.
What is Morgan, Beauregard, and Whiskey doing?
Morgan is still hanging out in the branches, keeping an eye on us. Beauregard is kind of in the swamp, just kind of marching around not too far from where we're at. Just in case something happen or something starts closing in on us, he might get an eye on that.
Okay.
I think Whiskey is going to be like sitting right next to Caradwin.
Okay. And what was Beauregard doing?
He's kind of walking around
Okay.
near the sphere, just keeping an eye on things as well.
You see Beauregard like walk across, say, like a branch like this, a very large branch, and he just stares at you with his glowing red eyes. He's is very disturbingly cool.
God, he's so adorable with that helmet on.
And he walks into some foliage.
He doesn't walk it, he just glides without moving his legs. It's really weird.
Galliford and Stig, give me a survival check to try to camouflage this dome. You can
want
either
adva-
roll. You can either roll separately, or one of you can roll with advantage.
Gallenford, you roll for advantage because it was your idea.
Okie doke. I only have one plus one to it. But here it goes.
Okay. You guys get some branches and some foliage and whatnot. You're just kind of tossing it on. But you see that Caradwin did make the dome a bit like a mossy green.
Dome is so perfectly smooth that nothing sticks to it.
Yeah, it's just you throw a leaf on it and then it just slides down to the bottom.
Well, I hope that works.
Nyx is climbing up that tree, trying to see what's going on, and I'm going to make her roll a perception check.
Don't go too high. Don't want you to fall and hurt yourself.
All right, she's just looking around and just trying to get a clear view. Have Whiskey give me a perception check.
Will it assist with keen hearing and smell?
Not with hearing, but I will say yes with smell. Caradwin, you see Whiskey kind of bark like he smells something and he starts to dig in the dome.
Shit. Guys, Hello?
I
Dome
walk
in
into the
trouble?
dome. What's wrong?
The dog started digging, and I have a bad feeling that it's going to be like those, when they came up from beneath us.
I drew out my rapier and I will watch to see what Whiskey's digging up.
You see Whiskey pull up a human skull.
Oh, great.
And he starts to gnaw on it.
All right, false alarm. I apologize.
Does Whiskey look content now?
He looks content for the time being, yes.
Well, better safe than sorry.
You all gather into the dome. Morgan is. You don't know where Beauregard went. Beauregard honestly just went off on his own for whatever reason. But Morgan's keeping watch above the dome, and the night goes on.
Who wants to take first watch?
I can take the first watch if you need me to.
I'll take the middle watch since I have better sight in the night.
I'll take third watch.
And Nixwell is asleep. Caradron, the sun sets. Whiskey's gnawing on his skull, but then he gets up. You know how dogs get tired of chewing on one thing, and he just kind of tosses it aside outside the dome.
Got bored with that pretty quick.
But you notice something about that skull, and you know something around on the outside. That skull, the eyes begin to glow. And you see other lights begin to glow or shine inside the water and around and begin to arise.
Jesus Christ.
Fish people.
It's very similar to what you've experienced with the spirits, but here is a bit different. You see the skull, a light and green flame, and get up and start to fly around.
You said he tossed it outside the dome, right?
Outside the dome, yes.
Okay, good.
And as you're looking outside the dome, off in the distance, you see similar flames flying through the air and other glowing, dancing lights, similar to what you guys have experienced at the Dragon Mound, the burial site. These are very similar to Will o' the Wisps.
Great. As long as I feel safe within the dome, I won't bother my companions just yet. But I will take a few notes on what I'm watching. And if I feel like there's a point where shit could get real, I'll wake everybody up. But for now, I'll kind of wait.
It's very mesmerizing and beautiful in such a dark and cursed place. Flying, flaming skulls and dancing lights throughout the night, and then, but you are undisturbed. And then Galliford, your Caradron wakes you up for your shift, and you see what's going on outside the dome.
I will begin to write everything down I am seeing, since Caradron didn't feel threatened enough to wake us earlier. So I'm just jotting down notes on these floating, flaming skulls and weird lights in the swamp.
All right. Your shift goes by. Stig, you are awoken by Galliford, and you see what's going on. But the night goes off without a hitch, so to speak. the lights begin to dissipate, and the flying flaming skulls begin to disappear when when day arises.
Good morning, everyone. How did you guys all sleep?
Honestly, I kind of want to have slept longer, but I feel all right.
I've had better.
Galliford will stand and stretch his back, as it's probably sore from being cramped in here. Um,
Probably a little moist too, because I don't think there's any dry ground anywhere.
yeah, I think I'm just adjusting to this. Can't wait to try to shower or something when we get back. Um, Granted, with what we saw last night, I almost wonder if I don't know how threatening those things might have been if they had known we were here, but maybe those ones could speak more clearly than the lights.
I don't know. I mean, did you see them? They were on fire and flying.
Yeah, which is why I didn't risk it. Don't know what it could do or if it'll be angry and try and do something, but it had a mouth. It could have answered questions a lot easier.
Is there anything that I would know from research before we got here about will-o-wisps?
I don't know if they are will-o-wisps. They sound like flaming skulls to me.
There were flaming skulls and other dancing lights throughout the night.
And we all remember well, some of us remember what happened with those floating lights in that tomb.
Wait, you've encountered these things before?
We've encountered some floating lights that we assumed were dead warriors or heroes. They kind of zapped us and attacked. Hard to communicate with.
Um,
Not very helpful.
Caradron, other than you would know that from your experience, will the wisps are creatures that usually lead adventurers or people to their doom. They are some sort of spirit that leads them off the beaten path to their death.
Okay. But these things definitely didn't seem like they were trying to poke and prod at us through the night.
Well, they also couldn't get to us.
True. That's fair.
You keep thinking on that. Let's start. You know, blazing some more trail.
Oh, yes, of course. And I'll get myself situated, my armor and everything. And whenever everyone's ready, we can head off.
Where'd that? Where'd your flesh horse go?
Oh, God only knows what he's gonna look like today. Beauregard!
You call out to him and he does not respond.
Well, fuck.
Beauregard, where are you?
Where did I last see him?
You saw him on a branch of a tree off nearby, and he walked across it into some brush.
I'm gonna head over that way and see if I can find him or something.
We will all follow, I assume.
You tell me. What do you want to do?
Galliford is following Caradwin. We should not split up, especially if the horse is missing.
Well, there goes the party, so I guess I'll follow him. Come on, Whiskey.
Move.
And Galliford's gonna constantly always keep an eye on Nyx to make sure she stays close.
Okay. You guys cross the log. And you get to the other side. You do see, easy enough. I mean, the ground is muddy and wet, but you do see horse prints.
I'll continue following those.
Okay.
Goddamn horse, gotta start putting a leash on him.
Give me a survival check.
Jesus Christ.
All of us are just Caradwin.
Caradron's leading the way.
Let's do it. Survival +2, let's go!
Okay.
10.
With
Very
the mud
average.
and everything, you are able to make sure that you are following these horse prints. You guys are, the sucking sound of the mud, the trees and everything like that. Wherever Beauregard went, he went a ways.
God damn it.
Where'd you even find a horse like that?
In a crypt?
Yeah, that same tomb that we dealt with those will-o-wisps.
Does he do this often?
No. But now that you mentioned the will-o-wisps thing, I am actually genuinely concerned because you're right, we did find him in a crypt of dead things. Full of will-o-wisps. So I think he either feels at home.
And he's been helpful ever since. Maybe he found something. Do we even know if he's a he or a she?
It's
Not
a skeleton.
until he gets more flesh on him.
I'm not
Yeah,
checking.
We need more flesh on that horse to be able to tell.
Speaking of him having more flesh, are you going to rename him, Caradwin?
Oh, I don't know what I would name him. Beauregard was such a good name. We'll have to give it some thought.
Do you wish to continue to try to hunt down Beauregard, or do you wish to try to continue on and find your way towards the dead tree?
I'll leave it up to you guys. I'd like to find the horse, but God only knows how far off he went. And we don't know if he went to our destination or anywhere close to it.
Could I kind of determine his direction based on the tree? Like is he heading out of the swamp? Like north of the swamp? Based on his general direction.
Give me a survival check. He's definitely heading west. He's like heading west-southwest.
So just a little off from where we wanted to go?
Yes.
So I'll just say it's not that far of a detour. If this horse means so much to you.
I mean, if that would be alright. I'd like to go find him.
Well, I'm holding out hope that he's possibly leading us either close to where we need to go or to something that might help us. He hasn't steered us wrong, so I say
I
yes.
I haven't known it that long, but I think you're giving it way too much credit.
We might be, honestly. He's just bones, but I don't know what soul is taking, what soul exists in the body of the horse. And we went through a hell of a procedure to get him registered in the city.
Let's not forget the kind of tomb we found him in. He would have belonged to, in life, probably to another hero, so it might have been a very formidable horse before he died.
Wait a minute. You're telling me you robbed from a hero's tomb?
We were trying to kill a dragon. If that makes it any better.
It doesn't really, but I can understand killing a dragon.
Must add, an evil dragon.
Yeah, that thing was pretty fucked. We still don't know where its head went. Just kind of wandered off in the middle of the night.
Oh, that's a story I definitely want to hear.
Oh, I have so many? Oh, I have not told you any of our stories yet.
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing that tonight.
But
Yeah,
let's see if we can pick up this trail first.
I like I said, I've been out of the loop for about 6 years, so any news would be good news. We're
Caradwin,
following the trail.
Caradwin, give me an investigation check.
Oh, now that I can do. +7, here we go! Look at that!
From ever since you guys have entered these cursed lands, Beauregard, you notice that Beauregard has in fact been acting differently than what you have normally perceived him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's strange, and you believe that it has probably has something to do with the land, this cursed land.
Okay.
Sucking up the darkness like a sponge.
Maybe he really is one of the four horses of the apocalypse. And we're just bringing him closer to reaching his full potential.
Does that mean you will become the Rider of Death?
Here's hoping.
Wait, is that one of your goals in life? Become one of the
No,
four
but
horsemen?
I mean, it would be interesting. You know, of all the potential endings to my story, I think that would be probably one of the more story. What's the word I'm looking for? Um, it would be. It would just be the more interesting one.
All right.
Ooh.
So you're continuing on following the horse trail. You do find you guys are following, and it seems the path you are taking is clear. Is easy if is easy enough for Beauregard to go. He's avoiding the water and everything like that. You're crossing tree trunks and branches and everything. Um, if you're still leading the way, who is leading? What's the marching order?
Well, since Stig is more familiar, I'll let him go ahead of me. But I'll try
No,
to
no,
assist
it's
where I can.
your horse. I'll assist you.
Oh, okay, that works too.
Uh,
Go ahead,
give me
horseman of death.
Gi-
Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty.
Give me a survival check with advantage because Stig is helping. All right, you're definitely keeping on what you believe to be his trail. Um, Eventually, it is getting towards evening, and you hear some noise up ahead, behind some foliage.
Bone regard?
I'll draw my rapier, but slowly so it doesn't make too much noise.
Still, you hear the bushes are getting, the foliage is rustling louder and louder, and out hops a frog.
Hops what?
A frog.
Whiskey! Get it!
Are those edible?
We'll see.
Uh,
Actually, frogs' legs are a delicacy in some parts.
um,
Whiskey fetch.
so Whiskey is going to charge at this frog. Have Whiskey give me a dexterity check. I gotta find a frog.
Depending on how well he does, I might try to shoot the frog if it jumps out of Whiskey's way.
The frog has an 11 armor class, 1 hit
Hold
point.
on, I'm pulling. I got it.
It's amphibious.
It dives into the swamp water.
Oh, I can't shoot it there.
But you guys walk across where the frog came from, and it's just a large patch of land, and you see Bone Regards. The horse prints end here, but you don't see Bone Regard.
Is the land solid
It's
that he might not leave footprints?
no, it's still muddy.
Maybe you should give another call since the prints end here. Maybe he's in the ground again.
Arise, Bone Regard, from the depths of this swamp.
I will also look up in the trees for the slightest chance that he might have somehow gotten up in the trees. You'd be surprised how often looking up is the answer.
Honestly, it's a good shout.
No response, and Sig, you look up and you don't see anything in the foliage.
Nothing but giant vampire bats. So normal.
God damn it, where did this horse go?
I attempt to see if. Oh, wait. No, I think I need to see the person in order to do it.
Whiskey! Come here, boy. You got something of Beauregard's that Whiskey can use?
No, I don't. No. I mean,
I would
I know
say with him being transformed and you studying him, you would probably have like a piece of sinew.
oh, okay, yeah, I have a little bit of flesh.
Go on, boy. Find him. I'll
It's
see
not
if
bacon, please don't eat it.
Whiskey takes a sniff. Give me a perception check. Whiskey?
Can he have advantage
Yes,
because it relies on
he's
smell?
using scent. You see Whiskey kind of sniff. He sniffs the flesh, and his nose goes to work. He starts crawling on the ground, sniffing around the entire clearing, and he gets in the middle and he just sits and looks at you.
Well, it's something.
So
I will go over and inspect the spot that Whiskey indicates after giving him good boy pats.
Okay.
Anything different about this patch of soil?
Give me an investigation check. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. It's you just see Whiskey's tracks, your tracks. It's soft. You kind of dig a little bit. Nothing.
let's try it again. Arise, Beauregard, from the depths of the swamp.
Again, you're greeted with silence and just the noise of the swamp.
God damn it.
Beauregard, where are you? Show yourself.
Evening is coming. You're starting to see lights kind of twinkling off in the darker areas of the swamp.
I'll start setting up the dome. Well, I apologize for the wild goose chase that I've led us on, apparently.
Don't apologize. He's a member of the Meddlers of Mischief. Not supposed to leave anyone behind. Doesn't help if he wanders off, though.
You're also beginning to realize that he's also your pack horse.
I mean, I think everything we had was in the bag of holding. I don't
Oh,
think
is
he
it?
has
I thought
much
you
on
put
him.
some stuff on Beauregard because Harvey's gone.
No, I think what we took, I have all listed in just the bag of holding.
Okay, then never mind that.
Yeah, because I think we don't need any feed for him, so... actually, that's not true. Beauregard does have 6 days of feed on him. I don't know why he doesn't need them, but he does have
You
it.
probably had him
I
with,
think it was to help carry for Harvey.
Oh, that's true, yes.
and they
Yes,
probably
yes,
most likely would have taken that with Harvey.
with him.
Yeah,
Okay.
Beauregard only feeds on the souls of his enemies.
Yeah. Most deaf. So yeah, Beauregard doesn't have anything on him.
Except flesh.
Except now, yeah, muscle, flesh, and sinew.
After the dome is set up, what do you guys wish to do?
So this area we're in now is like a large open patch.
Yes.
If it's not too far away, I'll attempt to camouflage again.
Okay. Stig, is there anything you wish to do?
I'll probably just be going over my equipment, making sure everything's in peak condition.
All right, and Nix and Bucky are gonna climb a nearby tree and look and see what they can see. Gallenford, this place is much worse to find foliage and coverage for the dome as your previous night. Caradwin, is there anything you wish to do while in the dome?
I'm just gonna keep shouting for Beauregard. He'll come back eventually. I unfortunately don't have any spells that I can cast to try to find him. So I'm not really sure what else I can do.
All right. Night comes. Nyx.
Same sleep schedule, I guess.
Yeah, I'll take the first watch.
All right. You guys get. Nyx comes back under the dome. You all go to sleep. Caradwin, you're staying up, wondering where Beauregard is. It is dark. You see the lights and the wandering flames. But you do hear from behind you wet hooves clopping through the mud.
And then you just see a pair of red eyes, flaming red eyes, and you go, my boy is back.
You do see Beauregard appear from out of the foliage, coming from who knows where.
I'll go to the edge of the dome, but I'm not going to pass through it because it'll shut it off.
Okay. He's just kind of walking by. He's ignoring you, and you notice that there's fresh blood on his hooves and dripping from his mouth.
He's also gained 30 pounds.
He stops and he just turns his head and just stares into you. And you see in his mouth is this a large chunk of flesh.
I'm going to assume that was the flesh of undead. I hope. It's good to see you again. Hello?
And he just begins to chew and eat the flesh.
That's an awful sound that you're making. Jesus Christ, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's unnerving. A chill runs up your spine.
Are you gonna stay here?
And and you can see the breath coming out of his mouth and he just kind of sits and lays next to the dome.
And in your mind you hear, let me in, mommy. Why won't you let me in?
No,
I
you
think
don't
you've answered
hear
your own
that.
question there. I will have Morrigan rest on the back of Beauregard, just in case Beauregard wanders off again. Then Morrigan will be with the horse.
Halfway through the night, you realize Morgan has died again.
Beauregard snaps at Morrigan.
Oh my god. Morgan, luckily, has an armor class of 15. So Morgan will just, fly off back into the trees or something. Upset and angry.
Morgan beating on the shield. Let me in! Let me in! I hate it out here.
Jesus Christ, Beauregard. I thought you were friends. And I really am afraid to, put my hand out the dome and pet you because I feel like you're going to eat my hand, so I'm going to stay here.
Is this like a Pet Cemetery with the cat scenario?
I kind of feel like it, just with the horse. I'll just kind of keep an eye on Beauregard for the rest of my shift, and then when I wake up, Gallenford, I'll let him know that Beauregard's back, but weird.
Yeah, Carol, when you saw him snap and chewing at that flesh, you see Beauregard's teeth are now like sharp predator teeth.
What the fuck? This horse is so fucked, dude.
And it's in your name.
It is in my name. Oh no.
Gallenford, you see when you awake for your shift, you see Beauregard outside the dome.
Oh, That makes our job easier.
Don't touch him. He will eat your hand.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna go to bed now. Good night.
So I'll just keep a close eye on Beauregard.
All right. Night goes on, and can again, and Stig, your turn comes up. You see Beauregard outside the dome.
Don't let him out of your sight.
Yeah, I expect not.
The night goes continues on, no incidents, and it's the next morning.
I am ready with my weapon for when the shield comes down.
The dome drops, and Beauregard stands up, and nothing happens.
I believe everything's fine.
I will attempt to mount the horse.
All right, nothing. He mounts you. You.
I guess I'm carrying a horse now.
You mount Beauregard, and nothing happens. And Morgan cautiously flies down, and Beauregard does not snap at Morgan.
Besides the teeth, is there anything else that I should know about Beauregard?
I don't know.
Does he have more flesh?
He looks the same as when he arose from the ground, flesh-wise.
Okay, he just has demon teeth.
And he has hands instead of hooves.
Wait, really? He has hands instead of hooves?
No, he does not.
No, he does
Oh,
not.
I was gonna say, did I miss that?
No, Jeremy's trying to add shit and make you more.
Dude, I'd believe it, to be fair.
He's giving me ideas.
Next, we're going to see Beauregard Iron Spider some spider legs out of his back, climb on walls.
Better not.
He's
No
gonna
spiders.
He's going to get that alien second jaw. I'm going to stop now.
Oh my god, dude, that'd be pretty cool, though.
Well, shall we proceed? How close do you think we are to the tree now?
Hey, Squirt, you're good at climbing trees. Go see how close we are. I say to Nix.
I could so already hear her in my head yelling, "My name's Nix!"
She climbs the tree again. I don't know. I can't see.
I'll go see if I can see better than her.
Okay. Luckily, these trees are easy to climb. No need for a check. I'm not gonna make you make one yet. But you get to where Nyx is. Give me a perception check. You see better than Nyx, but you don't have no idea how close you are to the tree. You are.
But can I tell we're the right direction?
Uncertain. Everything kind of looks the same. Nyx when she was up there, she kind of she couldn't get past the foliage. You were able to see further and get past. But everything again looks the same. You don't know how close you are to the tree. You're assuming you're heading in the right direction though. similarly as you were following Beauregard the Prince the other day, but you had to veer off course.
Hey, horseman of death! Can you use that bird to scout?
Yeah, I can, Morgan. Which direction am I sending her?
Well, could I punch a hole in the foliage to allow Morgan above the tree line?
Yeah.
I will do that and say up.
All right, Morgan, through the hole.
Morgan flies, and you guys need somehow. You guys are further south than you want to be, so you need to go north.
We're a little far south. But north is the direction we want to head. Then we should be okay.
I'll get my bearings and start heading in that direction.
So Morgan can see that the dead tree is to the northeast.
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'll say to the northeast is where we want to go.
Did I say southwest when you guys were traveling? I'm sorry, southeast. When you guys were following his
We got the gist.
What?
We got the gist.
Yeah. All right. Give me a survival check, Stig.
I will try to assist.
Can you assist?
Yeah. All right. You go this way and you follow a path.
I feel a little uncomfortable with Demon Horse at my back.
Don't worry, everything will be fine.
You continue on your way. Excuse me. Following what you the best path you can take. It is now you believe now is afternoon. Just kind of like you could tell. Just there are still rays of light shining through. Is difficult. The air is heavy down here. But you could definitely tell it's around midday, around lunchtime.
Have we seen any signs of life besides the frog?
While you want to keep a lookout for like signs of life while you're traveling?
Yes, I was actually going to have the crossbow ready in case we saw another frog or anything that I could shoot down.
Give me perception checks if you guys wish to keep an eye out for signs of life.
Dinner, lunch.
Gallenford, Stig, and Nix, you definitely see signs of life, definitely animals and whatnot. But what also you do find what seems to be seems to be totems.
I think we should stop and check out one of these totems.
I was just about to ask if these look familiar at all. Maybe one of those goblin tribes?
I don't know if the goblins made totems.
Well, each of the goblin tribes have their own animal that they sort of base their tribe around, right? So we
DM,
have
you're gonna
these.
DM, you're gonna have to help me with this.
Goblins. Some tribes do have totems, and most goblin tribes do have some sort of animal companion associated with them. So this
I
could
remember
be
reading about this.
this could be a goblin totem, but you have to go up and investigate it.
I'll
We're
give it
gonna
an
go up.
investigation.
Yeah, we're gonna go up and investigate it.
All right, give me an investigation check
Let's go.
for those who wish to investigate this.
I'll assist Caradwin since I'm not a very good investigator.
Awesome. 15.
I will do. 1 second. Let me.
Whiskey mixed nut doesn't make anything out of it.
Good try, Whiskey.
He will not be peeing on this.
This is definitely a totem that seems to be that of goblin make. You don't believe it is associated to any tribe that you are aware of, Stig, in this area.
Of course, I've never been in the swamp, so
Yeah, but you have, but in order to help, you have made friends with a goblin tribe back on the other side of the river.
yes.
But this is it almost makes your skin crawl. This totem is very unsettling. Totems are usually help to mark out territory, or to set up warnings against other tribes and the such.
Does the totem have a certain shape to it, like a specific creature?
This totem has what seems to be has a skull on the top, and it has a banner with a sigil on it. And the creature that is there is some sort of you do see some sort of carved creature holding the banner. You can give me a nature check to try to discern what kind of creature this is.
Can I also make that nature check?
Sure.
I would like to see if I recognize it as well.
Let's go.
This Gallenford, you have no idea what the hell this is. Stig, no idea. Caradwin, this creature is extremely familiar to you. Specifically you.
Oh.
Flesh Mansion.
You see this it has 7 eyes and a tentacles going down like a beard.
Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh, that's really not good.
It looks a lot like this, and I'm going to send a photo.
Ooh, I'm excited.
What creature needs that many eyes?
One that wants to take over the material plane.
That is oddly specific.
It's in the chat.
Did it pop up for anybody else? It didn't pop up for me.
Facebook chat.
Facebook chat.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Oh,
Well, I don't know what the in the nine hells that is, but it does not look friendly.
I will tell you, it's definitely not of the Nine Hells. Um, remember that trip I took into a flesh mansion?
Yes.
You see Stig's ears perk up and he slowly turns his head.
So this may or may not be related to that in some way. Um, very much resembles the Mind Flayer I saw, minus the seven eyes. That's new, but um, yeah, this isn't great.
Caradron, you get the since you recognize it and everything, like, you get this situation has gone from worse to Dark Souls worse.
Yeah, we are
Our,
not prepared.
our chances of survival have gone from slim to none.
Yeah, basically.
Kieran is already digging her own grave. But Stig is still standing there and asks, Flesh Mansion?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
that's another long story we'll have to go over.
that's a long story. Um, but to simplify it for the short term, do you know about the eldritch beings, the elder, whatever they are, that technically people aren't supposed to study?
You're asking me if I know something we're not supposed to know about?
Well, in like myth, like the great old ones from long ago that the gods fought.
Would I know anything about that, DM?
You could give me a history check to see what you know what he's talking about. Yeah, you would her
You mean the thing? You mean you're asking if I know anything about the things we're not supposed to know about?
Yes.
Well, as it turns out, I do know a bit of that. Now that you mention it,
So yeah, this is a totem of one of those things. You wouldn't happen to recognize Stig if you're familiar with goblins in the area. Is this of similar carving? Um, as far as material, design, um, technique behind it, like, do you imagine any of the goblins around here would have carved this?
I do know that it's goblin make, don't I?
yeah, you definitely know this is definitely made by goblins.
Based on the shoddy workmanship and the overall general size.
This is
My
not
best guess.
made really shoddy. This is, but you definitely tell this is goblin handiwork. But this is well made to
They
determine.
took their time.
Yeah.
So I'll say, yeah, it was made by goblin hands. I'm not sure what kind of goblin tribe would worship such a thing.
Maybe one that's being controlled mentally by it.
Well,
That is
that's
also oddly specific.
it's a possibility, but I would hazard more to say that whatever is worshipping this thing maybe is not um, friendly to us, at least not immediately.
Yeah, if this is marking their territory, let's see if it's possible to proceed towards this tree while steering clear of it. And maybe stay on guard. And if
Uh,
I still notice animal movements, since we were kind of distracted by this, I'll try to shoot down one that we might be able to cook.
Okay.
so you shoot Morgan, and it disappears.
I would never shoot Morgan.
Movement. Well, while Gallenford's looking around, I'm going to check our bearings with the tree and seeing what that is in relationship to where we are and the statue.
I'll send Morgan with Stig to assist him if he needs it.
Okay. Give me. Uh,
Hey, Morgan, show my location.
sorry.
Yeah,
Are you?
Morgan can like fly into the through the trees and see where we're at.
Are you? Yeah. Are you doing it from the ground or are you doing it from the height?
Morgan will do
Uh,
it from the.
I basically just moved some the foliage out so Morgan can get out, and he will ping back to Caradwin our relative position.
Okay. Um, the tree. No need for a check. It's still north, but it seems like you're gonna have to cross into territory to get to the tree.
We have to go past the totem.
Yes.
Great. I will relay that. We have to go further in to the territory of the crazed elder god, old one, things, worshippers, place.
So we
I'm
can
really not
either
happy about this.
traipse straight through, or we can search for possibly a way around their marked territory, if there even is a way past their marked territory.
I mean, if there is, it would probably have to go all the way around, and that might take much longer than we have.
Do I shoot any small critters down, by the way?
You could give me a survival check. Um, yeah, I would say you are able to catch some small game, like small critters.
Whiskey will go retrieve them.
They're all amphibious though.
Ah, nice. Cook up some salamanders.
And with that, we're gonna take a quick break. I gotta run to the restroom, so I will be right
Awesome.
back.
Same. Be right back.
Be right back.
All right. Have a peanut cluster. No, you can't have this. It's chocolate. Quick sound check. Caradwin,
I'm here.
Stig,
Here.
Galliford.
Here.
All right. Let's continue. What do you guys wish to do?
Well,
Well, if
Caradwin, you know the dangers of these elder gods. Gonna risk it?
I mean, are we talking about the logical option, or are we talking about the what choice do we have option? Because logically, we don't want to fuck with these things. If we talk about what choices we have left, if we need to get there on a time limit, this is our best bet is to go right through them. We can,
Okay. He starts walking.
all right.
I say, what's going on as I come back with some reptilian game that I shot down?
What
We're moving forward.
what time of day is it?
Hold on.
About midday, I think you said.
Yes.
Okay, we have time.
Time for what?
Caradwin's
Right.
Caradwin says time is of the essence, so we can keep moving.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, so we
on.
gotta go through the territory?
We
I
figure
don't
it'll
think
take too long to find an edge, if there is an edge.
Sounds about right. I guess we'll have to stay on guard. And I will store the creatures I killed. We can cook those tonight. And I'll just keep my rapier out and we can proceed forward.
All right, we are progressing.
Okay. Hold on. Sorry. I got chocolate peanuts. All right. Give me a survival check, Stig. You are you are leading them through. You continue on the path. You pass the totem.
Yep.
Beauregard follows through, and so does the rest of the party. Keeping to a nice clear path, the best path you can take. You travel a ways in. It is now getting close to evening.
I will once again try to camouflage the dome, especially if we are in the territory of some mean looking goblins.
Yeah, I'll start setting up the dome.
I'll do a quick check in the nearby area to make sure there are no signs of goblin activity.
I'm always confused. You get either perception or investigation. You do not find any evidence of goblin activity near where you are staying.
I will consider it sufficient.
Nyx again climbs a tree, doing her thing.
Have we gotten closer to our destination?
Following the trail, following what you could and everything like that. You believe you're getting closer. You don't know how close, but hit in the direction you've been taking. You believe you are getting closer.
Well, once we're in the barrier, I'll pull out one of the little lizards that I caught and say, well, if we don't want to use up more of the rations, we can try and cook this.
I'm game.
Yeah, I'll cast create bonfire, and we have a raging flame going already, ready to cook.
And Caradon, you are
Yeah.
ritually casting this spell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you guys are getting back towards Caradon and whatnot, you see movement in the tree in the bush.
Uh-oh.
And emerging from the tree and the bush are these plant-like creatures.
Oh no. Oh fuck. We're dead. That's it.
Hey, Caradwin,
Mm-hmm.
do you still have that axe?
We do.
I remember you mentioned it had a special attribute.
It does. It's in the bag of holding.
And they approach you. We're gonna roll initiative.
I believe it takes an action to pull something out of the bag of holding. Just in case you wanted to pull that axe out.
I just thought I'd remind you that it does exist. It is a thing that does a thing.
Man, I'm rolling not half bad on initiative. Has Beauregard changed in any ways as far as his stats?
No.
Okay.
He now has a bite attack.
I was
Does-
curious if
does-
he just had more health. Because 13 HP ain't much.
I'll have Nyx go before Morgan.
Yeah.
That's supposed to go. All right. Gallenford.
I will look forward at the three creatures approaching, and I'm gonna try a new well, not a new spell, but one I haven't used yet. I already forgot the rhyme I had for it, so I think I wrote it on it. Oh, I did. As I cast the arcane, I will unleash these chains. As I sink into your brain, they will drive you insane.
What's the spell?
Bane? Oh, why doesn't it say it?
So, okay, so you're casting Bane.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do the 2 blights, charisma. Oh, God. These things are not very charismatic.
Okay, so they will have to subtract a d4 from any attacker saving throw.
Alright.
And then I will spread out and dash to the right. And that'll be my turn.
Nyx. Seeing that the bigger one, she is going to cast Moonbeam. Five-foot radius, so
Is the dome up, or did I not finish?
you
it
didn't
yet?
finish.
I didn't finish. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
She's gonna go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh shit! I actually exited out her character sheet. Alright, that is her turn. I'll put a thing for concentration. I don't do that. Bane's a concentration spell, right?
It is, yes.
Morrigan.
Morrigan will. Let me move that. Morrigan will fly around the side here. And then provide the help action against this creature.
Okay.
So for the next person who attacks it. And that'll be Morrigan's turn.
Bone Regard.
Bone Regard is very weak. Fucking Christ. But he has a hoof. Fuck it. I'll shout at Bone Regard to go attack, and so Bone Regard will hop up here and try to knock that thing out with its hooves.
He seems almost too eager to enter combat.
A little bit.
Alright.
Very disturbing. Jesus Christ, Bone Regard. You only have a... How does he only have a +2?
He's considered a riding horse.
But his strength is +3. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but sure. He got a 5.
Did you
that's
not
unfortunately a
use...
miss.
Did not Morgan provide the help action?
Oh, that's right. He has an advantage. Roll
That
again.
is true. Let's go, dude. Wow. Thanks,
He's
Beauregard.
he's doing it on purpose. He's at his adolescent age, I assume.
It's like telling a Pokemon to attack, but you don't have the right badge for it.
He's like, what is this salad?
All right. Well, that's what Beauregard will do.
All right.
As far as
Well, he only moved 5 feet. If you want him to retreat, he could do that too.
he could, but that would get an attack of opportunity, and that's not ideal. So he'll stay there.
All right. Caradwin.
As for me, my third turn in this combat somehow. I should have planned a circle better. I will cast Scorching Ray. And I'll do it at second level. So I only get 3 bolts. And I'll attack this Vine Blight here.
Okay.
And go from there. So we'll start with the first one. Fire damage. Fucking a 9. Great.
You hit the tree behind it.
Wonderful. I'll go again.
Hit.
That's better. Just hoping for more damage. And then my third one, 25 for 9 fire damage.
All right. You dealt some grievous wounds, but it is still standing.
Jesus Christ. And then I am definitely going to take 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet back. Hi, Nyx.
All right.
And that is my turn.
This one right here. Is going to do this. Center around it is plants and vines and roots begin to burst out of the ground, entangling it around it. God damn it. So 15-foot radius. So that's 30 foot. So 1, 2, 3.
Click on the token and just add an aura.
Oh, shit, that's right. Oh. Okay. It's a sphere. Stig, you are. I would say yes, you are within it. You I need to give me a strength.
Saving throw.
A creature. Wait. For the duration that area is difficult terrain, non-plant creatures. In addition, each creature of the Blight's choice in that area must. Yeah.
I got him. Yeah.
Strength saving throw. All right. Your foot begins to your one of your feet begins to get entangled, but you rip it out, no problem.
Works for me.
That is his. But then he's going to. Just move up on you. Bucky is going to cower in Nyx's shirt. Stig.
Well, this guy's pretty brave. I want to cut him down to size. A 20.
Hit.
That'll be 10 slashing.
All right.
That is all I'm going to do for right now.
All right. You cleave into it, but it is still standing. The giant mound of plant needs to make a saving throw. Constitution.
-4 from the save. Well, -1d4, I should say.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me. DC 14. He succeeds. So it's going to take half damage. That was a good roll, too. So 7.
Isn't that a 13?
No, it's a 14.
14.
Oh, my bad. Whoops.
It is going to 5, 10, 15, 20. And is going to make a slam attack against you. $15?
15 hits.
-1d4.
13.
That misses. Don't even need to roll. That also misses.
All right. You dodge out of the way, and it seems slower than you would think it would be, and you're easily able to dodge. Whiskey.
He's going to move behind Caradwin and take the dodge action.
Okay. This blight is going to do what his companion did. So Beauregard and Gallenford, I'm gonna need strength saves.
I'm going to use my inspiration to roll with advantage.
All right, you are not engulfed in plants. But that's all difficult terrain. Ignoring Beauregard. It's going to go up to you, Gallenford. And it's your turn.
I'm going to stab at him and then dash away. I think I'm gonna pump a flourish into this and use a defensive flourish.
Hold on. Hold on. No. You strike it down. The cold, it freezes over with the frost from your blade, and it stops moving.
Okay. I will then kind of. The vines are still up, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they last for a minute.
So I will try to circle around them to get close to Stig so I can help support him.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Nyx is going to move her moonbeam. I'm trying to find out how far. An action
it's
to
like-
60 feet. Okay. Back.
Enough.
On top of the big guy. And she is going to say where she is at. Morgan.
Morgan will fly 5. I'm gonna assume that Strig is gonna go after the big guy, and Morgan will come over here and provide the help action.
All right.
Cause a distraction on that side, and that'll be Morgan's turn.
Beauregard.
Bone Regard will move 5.
It's in
What's
difficult terrain, so
Oh, even with the save? Oh,
Yeah.
That sucks. 60 feet. So that'll be 10, then 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 to here, and then we'll take the dodge action and
Alright.
wait its next turn.
Caradwin.
I am going to I got another magic missile. Not magic missile, scorching ray. I'm gonna scorching ray the big guy.
Okay.
We take away those spell slots, and then first one is at advantage because of the help action. 12.
Unfortunately, you hit the creature, but you don't think it did any damage. It just like brushed it off.
Great. Oh my god.
Lord.
Just be glad he doesn't have a wheel of failure.
Roll 20Y. That was a waste of a spell slot. Jesus Christ, dude. I got nothing to say. That's it. I'm done. Roll 20 hates me.
You almost hit Morgan with your crit fail.
Oh god. I'm
Poor
sorry.
Morgan.
Caradwin, aim with your finger.
That's what I'm doing. I think.
Here, let me give you this finger, Gallenford.
All right. Its ability recharges. However, there's no need for it to do that. Is going to attack you, Stig. With a 13. Well, wait.
Minus a d4.
$11.
Miss.
All right. Bucky is still cowering. Bucky's taking the dog action. Stig.
I'm going to try and cleave through this one.
Which one?
The one right in front of me. The little one first.
Okay. That's a hit.
For 11 slashing.
It is barely standing.
Okay, I'm gonna action surge and try and finish it off. For another 10.
It is chopped salad.
Take one arm off and then cut it cleanly down the center. And then I'm going to just move right in front of here.
Okay. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right. Shambling Mound. I'm going to take 13. But it's going to raise his arms up and make it attack you twice. Stig. For a 16.
That hits.
For a 12.
Miss.
All right. You take the blunt of his first attack, and expecting a second attack, you dodge out of the way. Whiskey.
Is perfectly fine right where he is.
Gallenford.
I kind of dash and I say, move just a little to the left, as I stab out at this thing. This time I will pump a defensive flourish.
All right. You stabby, and you back away. Oh, wait. God damn it. You have the mobile feat, don't you?
Yep.
Fuck you.
And I will hold my ground behind Stig and say, we'll make this our routine. I'll make sure you stay on your feet. By the way, I can't see your health bar.
I'm a little over half.
Okay, Nyx, she's gonna maintain concentration. She doesn't need to move it.
How about she throw a produce flame?
I was actually looking. Yeah, she's gonna throw a. Oh wait, what's the range? 25 feet. Because I think, produce flame is 30 feet. So she's gonna take a step up and chuck a small little fireball at it. Where is it? It hits the creature, but again, the creature just kind of shrugs off the little bit of fire that was thrown at it. Morrigan.
Morgan will once again use the help action.
Don't forget, guys, about that. I think Galliford was supposed to have advantage, but too late.
No, I took it when I cast Scorching Ray.
Oh,
We're not forgetting.
So I'll have Morgan provide the help action. And then Beauregard.
I'm just picturing Morgan with a target on his back, going, "No, not me!" and he's flying around behind the creature. "Don't hit me, please don't."
Honestly, that's what it feels like sometimes. And then one day Morgan's gonna get hit, and she's not gonna like me anymore. 10, 15... No, that'd be 10, 20, 30, 40. Beauregard will come around here.
Don't forget that's difficult terrain.
Yeah. That's so it was 5 feet into it, and then 10, 20, 15, 25, 35, I guess, feet of movement. But Beauregard's got 60, so we're good. Yeah, Beauregard will try to attack again at advantage. Maybe these hooves will actually do something.
I don't know what Beauregard ate, but it put some.
an 18 will hit.
Hell yeah, 8 damage.
All right.
Alright, and then that's Beauregard's turn. On my turn, underneath the creature, I'm going to cast this cantrip. Create bonfire underneath it, so it'll need to give me a dex save. Do I have it in here? I do. So I need a DC 15 dex save, or it's going to take 12 damage as I create a bonfire just right underneath it.
Okay. How big's the bonfire?
I think it's only a 5-foot cube. Yeah, until the spell ends, there's a 5-foot cube right there, so it's concentration. So I'll just start burning this thing from below. Here I can draw a square too.
You want it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll delete that square.
So dex save.
For posterity's sake, could you subtract? Thank you. That's a -2. He'll take 12 fire damage. And that's my turn.
Dead Bucky again. Find where he is. Stig.
I like this fire thing, so Stig is going to sheath his sword and he's going to try and grapple this creature.
Okay. Bane's only for saving throws, correct?
Attack rolls and saving throws. I
Yep,
think.
not ability
Yep.
checks. This is an ability check. You, God damn.
So I basically get a handful and I basically hold him in the moonbeam fire pit.
Yep.
It's Terminator holding the T-1000 in the acid.
I don't remember that.
It's from the bad one.
Which bad one?
Genesis, the really bad one.
Well, I haven't seen the new.
It's Dark Fate is okay. Genesis is bad.
Okay. It is the creature's turn. It has to make a con save for the moonbeam.
Your D4, you'll. Wow.
But he succeeds. So he's going to take 6. Does he take fire damage at the beginning of his turn or on your turn?
When he ends his turn, I believe it says. Yeah, when he ends the turn
Okay.
in the fire.
Yeah, it's when it's created and at the end of the turn.
It's smart enough to move out of damage.
Its speed is 0 when it's grappled.
Fuck you.
Hell yeah.
Minus the D4. Yeah, that misses.
Um, 16.
That hits.
17. It's going to end its turn there, so...
Just
Do I have to make another dex save, or do I automatically take the damage?
I think you make another dex save. Yeah, a creature must also make the saving throw when it moves into the bonfire space for the first time, or ends its turn. In the bonfire space. It's another 12 fire damage. This is a cantrip, by the way.
Yep.
This is kind of nuts.
As you were seeing this creature being burned by the flames, it seems like it's not doing as much damage as you hoped it would.
Ugh. Dang it.
Whiskey?
Whiskey's fine where he is.
Gallenford.
Gonna dash in and say, on your left, as I stab at the thing again. Shit.
That is a miss.
And as I roll back, I will kind of tap Stig's shoulder and healing word Stig.
Keep it up. I got him exactly where I want him.
Jesus. I have never seen you roll... You always roll a 1 on that.
Well, it's a 25%.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Nyx is going to stay... hold on to concentration. However, she's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Go up to you, Stig, and cast Cure Wounds. And 5-foot step there. Morgan.
Morrigan will once again provide the help action, to which Beauregard will respond by stomping on this thing.
Okay.
It's a tried and true method. 17.
Hit.
10 is really good. And that's Beauregard's turn. And then on my turn, I will... you said the fire wasn't doing as much damage?
Yeah, this creature seems to be resisting the fire.
Oh, alright, what is my...
Too bad you couldn't turn it into like necrotic or acid.
That's what I was gonna do. Hell, I'll take the recommendation. I'll turn it into acid. Yeah, I'll Scorching Ray with acid damage.
All right.
Let me minus my last second level spell slot. And then change this real quick to be acid. And then Scorching Ray. Well, Acid Ray, I guess. Now
Hit.
I'm hitting. For 4 acid damage.
All right.
An 18
Hit.
for 8 acid damage.
Okay.
And a 17
Hit.
for another 8 acid damage.
This creature is still standing, but it's looking worse and worse.
The acid's working.
And by that you mean you're dealing damage?
Yes,
Is the create bonfire concentration?
it is.
Okay.
But since Scorching Ray is in concentration and I don't have to use my action to keep it up,
Right.
I'm all good to keep casting.
Is that your turn, Carador?
Yes, it is.
Bucky is gonna stay where. Take disengage. Stig.
Stig is going to take the dodge action while keeping this thing secured, and then he is going to use his second wind to heal himself.
All right.
Nice. Feeling good today.
All right. It is the creature's turn. Oh, I have disadvantage, don't I?
Yep. Minus D4.
I got it.
Yeah, that misses.
$19
Still hits.
for 11.
Your desperate flailing means nothing to me.
Oh wait, I forgot to. Hold on. $14. He succeeds.
Assuming he's ending his turn, I'll drop that too.
Yeah, he's ending his turn on Dex.
Burn in literal holy fire.
Oh wait, that should not be disadvantage. Oh, hold on. First I gotta do the con saving because I was at disadvantage. Yeah, okay. He takes 3. 2. And then
There's the Nyx we know and love.
so Dex. Yeah, he's gonna take 4. All right. Whiskey is still cowering.
Yep.
Gallenford.
On your left. And do it. No, I won't. Yes, I will. I will do the defensive flourish. Wow. Then as I roll back, I'll healing word Stig again.
Hey, a 2.
Go.
And that's my turn.
Go.
All right. Nyx. Go up to you. Cure wounds. And take a step back. Morgan.
I'll do the same thing as last turn. Morgan will do the help action, and Beauregard will pounce at advantage.
What's actually going on is that Beauregard is trying to get to Morgan by going through the Champlain Mound.
I honestly, I believe it. I believe it.
Unfortunately, that is a miss. Beauregard is unable to get past this plant creature's defenses.
Oof. All right. Well, that'll be Beauregard's turn. On my turn, I will cast Chill Touch at this thing. Since I used 3 of my second level slots, I'll start using my cantrips. And deal some necrotic damage to it. Oh God.
You are unable to penetrate its defenses.
Man, I'm all over the place in my rolls today.
Can you make more bonfires?
I can only make the one. It's concentration.
Bucky's going to take the disengage. Stig.
Same thing. Gonna just hold it there.
All right. It's going to make 2 slam attacks against you.
At disadvantage.
Why at disadvantage again?
I'm dodging.
20.
That'll hit.
Fuck.
That'll miss.
I can't hit you twice.
Thank God.
Yeah, I'm getting double healed, and I'm still just maintaining.
Whiskey.
Whiskey's fine.
Gallenford.
On your left! And this time when I get into thing's face, I'm just gonna be like, why won't you die?
It's still alive, but barely.
Kill it, Squirt!
Nyx is going to throw a produced flame at it. Getting tired of the shenanigans, Sig, you see the creature seems like it's beginning to engulf you in its body. That's when you see a small ball of flame come out and go deep, enter in what would you assume to be the creature's mouth and burn it from the inside out.
You did it, Nyx.
That thing was very, very tough.
What are you talking about? It's just a salad, says Stig with this, black eye and bruises.
Jesus
Your
Christ.
hand looks kind of weird too. Was that light and fire burning you as well?
No, I made sure to dig in real deep into that thing's guts.
Well, I think we have a pretty nice combo going, guys. We're working pretty well together. And I'll specifically look at Carrot Win and wink with my told you so.
She wants to give a smarmy response and respond, and she thinks for a second and then just remains silent and just nods. Like, all right, fine. I give.
You think we could eat it?
Oh,
My
I
real
don't
question
know.
is this considered vegan?
What's vegan?
So vegans are people that don't eat like anything made of animals, any product, eggs, milk, cheese, none of that. So I'm curious if a living plant constitutes as more living or more plant, and if this is vegan.
Well, technically, as I go into like a long story rant about how just because it's not moving doesn't mean it's not living, and all plants are alive, especially in the Feywild.
So what we've all learned today is that vegans are technically hypocrites.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
You know, vegans like to boast about their veganess, but nobody really listens to them.
Oh yeah.
Stig is just going through veganism and he's like, but how do they live?
Beans, mostly.
You can't live off beans?
Well, it is a source of protein, so it's, I guess, good enough. Eggplants as well.
You can live off potatoes and potatoes alone.
Don't mention potatoes, Chris. It'll show up.
Oh my god, it will show up.
Well, considering that Stig is part of a monster hunters guild, kind of like, what's the opposite of vegan?
Carnivore?
Yeah, he's kind of that.
Fair enough.
So, back at that guild, they tended to take things that they killed and made stuff out of them. Did you learn anything like that? Can you see any use from this corpse?
I never had any formal training of the sort, but I did get some basics. Can I look through it and basically rip it apart, see if there's any interesting I could find?
Can I help him out with that as I'm kind of like taking notes and pointing things out?
Okay, what were you wanting?
Basically, I want to take it apart, see if there's any useful monster parts.
Oh, okay.
And I want to provide the help action via my note taking and
give me a survival
direction.
check.
And Caradwin's providing the help action?
Yeah, with advantage. If there were any monster parts were salvaging from this plant monster, they were burnt to they're too charred from the fire damage from the outside and the final attack from Nyx on the inside.
We disassemble it and it's just vines, more vines.
I have so many questions about how this thing functions.
Well, before you get too deep into that, may I ask we get the shield up?
Oh, yeah, I should do that so we can sleep. I'll take enough distance away from the things we just killed, and I'll start putting up the dome.
Okay.
Or we can use some of the corpse of this whatever this thing is, and drape it over the dome to help conceal it.
Well, that's fine, but I still need to take a little bit of space between us and it, just in case.
I actually thought maybe we could use it as a mattress of sorts.
Ooh. Anybody know what this thing is for my story notes?
I'm not sure, but there's a lot of plant here.
Let's just make up a name, I guess. Maybe we're the first ones to discover it.
Ooh, what would be a good name?
Swamp thing.
I do like its simplicity.
Bush swamp. Well, actually, I guess it was more vines than a bush.
I've got nothing.
Creeping vine. No, that's a thing. Vine creeper.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Nyx has gone and climbed another tree.
Be careful up there, Nix.
The dome is up. What is there anything you guys wish to do?
Cook
I'm just
the
gonna.
reptilian stuff I found as our evening dinner.
I will
And-
have Whiskey inspect the vines for edibility.
And when we're all together sitting and eating, Gallenford will tell 2 of our tales to Stig so he knows a little bit more of what we've encountered and dealt with. I'll start from the beginning, and every night I'll just do a new story from as we progressed.
Okay.
And Stig will probably tell one of his stories about like caravanning with the expedition, finding a location for the outpost, building the outpost, some of his training days, maybe one of his hunts. So Gallenford tells a story, Stig will tell one of his stories.
And while they're swapping stories, I'll listen in. But since we have the swamp thing in here, I guess I'll kind of go through it and just take some notes in my field journal. If I can find any organs or what makes this thing tick in any way.
With that check and whatnot, all you're finding is plant. You have no idea, really, and everything's too damaged.
What a strange creature. Are there any magical runes in here? Is this like a constructed living thing?
You can give me an investigation check it since you're looking for magical runes.
All right.
You're not seeing. You just think this is some sort of plant creature.
Okay.
I mean, you fought plant creatures before. You think this is just another type of plant creature?
Well, it's a good thing to know that we're not at least being targeted by something out here. At least not yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's still up in the table.
Yeah, that's always a possibility as we head further in.
You know, Gallenford, you're pretty good with a sword. Maybe we should spar one of these days.
Oh, is up for the challenge? It's the style of the Autumn Musketeers from the Feywild.
Oh, is that what your fancy footwork swishy slashy style is?
Yes, my brother taught me.
It's a little dainty for my style. My dad taught me mine. Don't think it really had a name. Either that or I've forgotten.
It's definitely impressive. How many weapons do you have on you?
So he will pull out his predator sword, which is his signature weapon. He will motion to the 20 throwing knives that he has on his vest, and then he has his silver glaive for the big targets. I am proficient with most weapons, but these are mine.
Impressive.
They get the job done. And you're fine with the little needle of yours?
Well, this needle produces some cold wind from it, thanks to the dragon fang that was used.
See? I can see how that would be effective.
Yes, and after watching Aiden, a friend of ours, before he departed, I've gotten ideas. I'm pretty sure a weapon can be improved on over and over to make it stronger.
Well, a weapon's only as good as the one wielding it. Just gotta remember that. So was Aiden the one you lost?
No, his name was Damascus. Aiden is taking him back to the civilized areas where he can be put to rest back at home.
He left. He went by himself?
On Damascus' trusty steed, he kind of insisted.
Well, I wish him the best of luck, but individuals on their lonesome don't last very long out here. Me excluded, of course. But I had whiskey.
I'm sure he can make it. He's skilled with a blade like me, but just as skilled with magic like Caradwin.
Well, he sounds pretty formidable to me. A little sad I missed meeting him.
Yeah, maybe we'll all run into him again.
Here's to meeting down the line, he says, holding up his skewered lizard.
Gallifrey will just tap his skewered lizard towards Stiggs before taking a bite.
Stig
I guess this is kind of good.
Stig will be unconcerned about the taste, and he'll pull off the tail for whiskey.
Caradwin, don't forget to eat while you're examining that thing.
You too, Squirt.
Yeah, I'll grab something.
Is Nick still in the tree?
I don't know.
Well, she would have had to have been in the spear when we casted it. And I told her to be careful and not linger.
Do you call out for her?
If she's
Well, I'm
not
hoping
here,
I would just turn and look over and see her. Do I see her?
No.
Nix!
hey, Squirt, it's dinner! Response?
What's your guys' passive perceptions?
12.
14.
You guys do not notice Nyx sneaking up behind you. And she grabs you all by the shoulders and spooks and says, "Boo!"
Ah! Well, you obviously are feeling better.
Oh, I forgot she was depressed. Oh well.
That does sound like something she might do to cheer herself up.
Yeah, that.
Well, congrats, you finally got me, Nix. Guess I should have warned you, Stig. This one is very quiet on her feet and likes to play pranks.
Don't apologize. That sounds like training to me. He leans over to Whiskey and he goes, I blame you.
She kind of smiles. And then, as she's kind of walking back out of the dome, just kind of, wandering, you hear a twig snap. And then you see Nyx go flat on her back and get dragged into the darkness.
What the fuck?
I would be out of the dome in a heartbeat running after Nix.
I would
Yeah,
be
same
right
here.
behind her. Right behind him.
Boner guard charge!
You hear Nyx screaming for help. And her voice gets further and further away.
Nix, change! I'll call out as I continue chasing after.
Whiskey, don't lose her.
You guys are confronted as it is nighttime. You see glowing lights and flaming skulls begin to converge on your location.
I am going to completely ignore that. And I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep running forward.
All right.
I just say, please let us pass
Who
as
has-
I continue forward.
Who has dark vision?
Stig has dark vision.
Ooh.
Gallenford does.
Okay, Caradwin, you cannot see in the dark.
No, but oh fuck, does Boner guard have it? I don't think so. No.
Bone regard.
No, Boner guard does have dark vision, so I'll mount Boner guard and charge and tell Boner guard to follow.
Okay. Again, her voice continues to trail off into the darkness and until you can't and you don't hear shouting for help anymore.
I am still following Whiskey because I told him to keep up with her. Hopefully, he still has her scent.
Have Whiskey give me a perception check.
Since he's doing smell, I'm going to give it an advantage. Give it a second. 15.
Whiskey does have her scent but he also catches the scent of something else, and he kind of whines a little bit.
I will see if I can figure out why he's whining. Is there something dead ahead?
Uh,
Is
you can give me a perception check to try to perception or investigation to kind of figure out why what has kind of startled Whiskey.
about the same.
Um, you see a massive footprint, bigger than yours.
Like twice the size, 3 times the size, 4 times the size.
By the size and whatnot, and you're kind of been out here, you would assume it's about the same size as that giant plant creature.
So twice the size.
Twice the size.
I assume Gallenford and Carradine have joined me as well.
I thought I might have been in the lead, if not right beside you.
Yeah, just want to declare that we are all here.
Yeah.
We all see it.
Well, Beauregard sees it, and I'm just staring into darkness. What is it? What did you find?
Looks like size 30.
Well, whatever it is, it's going to regret taking her.
Can we follow the trail?
What'd you say?
Can we follow the trail?
I believe Whiskey still has our scent, so yes.
All right, well, let's keep going. We shouldn't waste any time.
Stig is going to unfurl his glaive and he goes, "Let's go." I kind of nudge Whiskey. I go, "Go on, follow her."
I'm going to cast Mage Armor as we're going.
Okay.
Did we get enough for maybe a short rest?
A short rest, yes.
Okay, cool. I feel much better now.
Perfect. I can regain a second level spell slot.
Have Whiskey give me another perception check.
Smelling for advantage.
He picks up the trail and he's continuing on the way. Fire. The skulls and the lights are still kind of have taken notice of you. Are approaching.
I'll just still continue saying, "Let us pass, please."
They are ignoring your plea.
Beauregard, if there's anything you could do to get these guys off our back, that'd be great. Just Beauregard.
So you are following as best as you can again to trying to keep him up to Whiskey.
Yeah, Whiskey is always maintaining a constant speed that we can follow. I mean, he's not brave enough to go out on his own.
You all follow him, and then Whiskey comes to a stop. In front of you, Caradon, you can't see because of the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
But Stig and Gallenford, Whiskey stops and what seems to be in front of this bridge, but on the bridge, on the two posts, are more of those totems.
Do the tracks lead across the bridge?
It seems to be that way. And across the bridge, because you look down, you assume that it's across this stream of water, but you look across to the other side and you just see totems line the bank of the river on the other side. Not all of them are exactly the same, but they are very related to the ones that you have saw earlier today.
I'll kind of just whisper to Stig. I am really glad that Carrotwin can't see right now, but let's definitely proceed with caution. Carrotwin, hold on tight to Beauregard.
Yeah, I'll do my best. What's out there? What are you guys seeing?
Don't you have a light spell?
Nope. I changed it for create bonfire, which does generate light. I just don't have anything to cast it on.
She just every time she moves, she follows it. It follows her. Stig will he will resheath his glaive so that he can get some handholds, and he will make his way across the bridge with whiskey at his side.
All right.
And I'll just respond back to Carrotwin. I'll explain more once we're past a certain area. Just hold on to Beauregard and don't overthink anything.
It's just across this bridge.
All right. I'll trust you to lead Beauregard and me.
As you get across the bridge, you actually begin to see what seems to be lights up ahead, like firelight.
Oh no. Perhaps some goblins are out?
Goblins don't make footsteps that big.
No, I'm talking about the firelights in the distance.
I'll approach quietly and I'm looking to see if I notice any forms within the light.
Do we hear anything?
1 second. As you guys kind of keeping to the outskirts, you see this.
Oh shit.
And that is where we're going to end the session.
Double shit, dude.
Okay, we just burned the whole place down.